Cybersecurity stocks outpacing the broader market to start the week. The Hack ETF that tracks the space now riding a three-day winning streak and is up nearly 18% in the last month. Chris here says that names have room to run even higher. So let's go off the charts. Chris, what are you seeing?
Yeah, it's a group we like. I think it's important for this market that it's rallied back into resistance. Now we need to spend time identifying, okay, who is the market telling us are the leaders on the other side? What groups or what stocks are making the relative highs here? And these security names have been absolutely fantastic. They outperformed on the way down. They have led out of this on the way up. CrowdStrike comes to mind here. Maybe it pauses at 450. That's the old highs. I would buy a pullback there. Note, it's already making new relative performance highs. So on that relative high list, Fortinet FTNT is another example of where the relative performance is leading. The market is telling us this is a winner on the other side. And then CyberArk, maybe a little bit less known. The old highs are 430. Stock trades 360 today. Again, leading here. I think it's a very strong group. The market has told us these are winners.
Yeah, Guy.
Palo Alto made an all-time high a few months ago, traded down in the August low about 150, has bounced. Report, I believe, on the 20th of May. I think it rallies into earnings.
First of all, full disclosure, I manage 3 ETFs in the Amplify family. But I tell you what, I like this ETF because it does give you some of that. But there's also, it's thematic. But you have names like Cisco in there. You have names like Broadcom in there. I mean, I think there's the right amount of exposure to stuff that I think overall has been beaten up and has some room to run back. And it is.
I mean, in terms of the fundamental backdrop for cybersecurity, a trade war with China could basically invite hackers, right?
100%. I mean, the secular shift to this has been in place for the last 5 or 6 years without question. The problem across the space, some more than others, has been valuation concerns. And when news is bad, they take these out to the woodshed. But in the meantime, all these names are in play. I think Palo Alto's best in breed, but other names work too.
Do we see that, Chris, in terms of levels where there's resistance?
Well, it's remarkable how homogeneous the group is acting. I mean, they basically all look the same, the charts. So I don't think the market's really distinguishing between Palo or CrowdStrike and Fortinet. So the ETF Hack, we own CrowdStrike in our ETF SAMM. I think it's best of breed in terms of a chart perspective.
Yeah. What would concern you in terms of cutbacks in technology spending, enterprise spending?
It would, except for the last place they're going to cut probably is in cyber and in AI. And again, I look at CrowdStrike, and in a high vol environment, I mean, I'm long CrowdStrike. I think the valuation is defensible. It's fascinating to see even what Palantir did in the after hours here. And I would have thought, and yes, they raise guidance, and yet it falls 8%. The bears might say, ha ha, but the bulls would say, look, we went into this thing trading at about 106 times sales, and now we're trading only 80 times because they raised their sales outlook and the stock's doing okay. Palantir, it tells you what people want to own, and I think that speaks to what's going on in Hack.
Yeah, you were commenting about this move in the after-hour session on earnings, Palantir's drop.
Yeah, I mean, the stock has also doubled since the April lows.
Yeah.
A remarkable move that, I think people got very bearish near the lows, as they typically do. The stock has rallied. Maybe some profit taking here.
Yeah.